Alright guys, so today we have a very interesting video. It's going to be an often occurrence on this channel that I bring in a shoe that is somewhat archived and something that came out a very long time ago that no one really has anymore, especially not in the condition that I'm able to get it in. That's going to be one of the hallmarks of this channel, because I do have a very courteous person in my circle that has pretty much every shoe that has released in the last 5 to 10 years, and I was blessed for this exact reason. Today, you guys read the title, you already know what the video is going to be about. This is basically going to be a fake versus real on the Off-White University Blue Jordan 1. So if I showed you the Off-White UNC just like this, in this exact way, and I just said, here are a pair of Off-White UNCs directly off of StockX or GOAT, you guys probably wouldn't have even noticed that they were fake. Yes, maybe a few of you would, but the large majority of people, especially if you're walking on the street with them, would not be able to tell. Regardless of what you think of fake shoes, the fact still remains that they are getting better and better, and there's very little that can be done to mitigate this problem or solution, or however you view fakes. That is the topic for another video. I'm not going to get into that right now, but this is a real pair of Off-White UNC Jordan 1s, and we're going to go over some of the differences and some of the easiest ways that you can tell which one's real and which one's fake. This one is actually directly from Nike. I'm going to put a picture of the Nike receipt on screen. Now the only problem is that unfortunately my fake pair does not have the box, because when you ship something from China, it is already very expensive as it is, and I didn't want to send something that's going to be even more expensive and have a higher chance of getting damaged or messed up. So I'm going to put the real and the fake right on top of one another, just like so, and the one with the black laces is the real one. The one with the white laces is the fake one. Ironically, they do not come with black laces, but these are not my pair, so I'm not going to be switching the laces because they are someone else's. If they were mine, I personally rock them with the white or the orange laces, but that is just me. Now let's just get a quick overview of how the shoe looks real quick. You got the outsole right here, the classic Jordan 1 outsole with the Virgil hits. You got that swoosh, the oversized swoosh, the orange tab on the back, and then the Air. I'm going to tell you guys off the bat that the Air is one of the biggest indicators of a fake versus a real pair of these shoes. Here is the medium side of the shoe. You can see Off-White for Nike, Air Jordan 1, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, circa 1985, which is the year that the Jordan 1 was created. The back of the shoe, you have like this two-tone design. You got UNC on the bottom, then white, then UNC, and then like this yellowish color. And the outsole is just like a simple Jordan 1 outsole. And here's the front of the shoe. The material on it is kind of like a ripstop nylon, and it is a multi-layered shoe, so not a good shoe for the summer. And I'd say the material is pretty worn in, so it does push down, but it doesn't really feel nice to the touch. That's always been the case with the UNCs. You also have like these flat tabs right here, which are on either side of the lacelets, and also up here, and they do say 85 on them, as you can see right there. You got exposed foam on the tongue, and you got the size tag. I'll show you guys real quickly right there. It's kind of hard to see it. I'll put a picture on screen of it. And yeah, so that is the real pair of UNCs. Let's break down the fake one real quick. So you got the same exact hits. You got that oversized swoosh. You got the Air on the back as well as the orange tab. Same two-tone design on the back. And then same medium, same outsole. similar ripstop material. And yeah, I mean, these are obviously much cleaner because they are brand new. I've never even worn them. Yeah, they look the ass. Whereas these clearly have some miles on them. Like, there's quite a bit of star loss right there on the front of the shoe. But that is really besides the point. Let's jump straight into how you can tell a real pair from a fake pair. The first detail that I would look at personally is the Air logo. You can see that it's actually not a perfectly straight line. Like, it's pretty crooked. The R is clearly slanted at the end there. The quotation marks are not perfectly level, but nonetheless it is more close to the bottom of the outsole than the top, or the midsole rather. On this one right here, you can see that it's actually like almost perfectly lined up. Ironically, you would think that the real pair would be perfectly lined up, but that's not the case. The Air is perfectly straight, resting exactly on the, almost on the outsole. It's like almost on the blue part. Whereas on this one, again, you could see it's kind of like not that uniform. And it is a bit higher up. It is more in the middle of the midsole versus pretty much on the outsole. So this is the fake pair again, and this is the real pair. You could see a pretty distinct difference. As far as the font goes, I would say that the A on this one is significantly thinner than on this one. Like, you could tell the A on the real pair is pretty bulky, but then on the fake pair it's like thinner, if you guys know what I mean. And then I would also say that the quotation marks are different sizes on the real one. Like, the very last quote mark is bigger than the others, whereas on this one they're all exactly the same, I would say. Almost exactly the same. So the real pair looks more like it's an actual construction of a shoe instead of this pair, which is more like perfectly machine cut. And these are supposed to be kind of like a deconstructed look and feel. So yeah, that is an interesting thing. Now, as far as the inside text goes, we're going to start off on the real pair. This is the easiest way to tell a real from a fake. I'm going to move the lace, I'm going to stick it inside the shoe for now. So, the real pair does have the same text, but it is very bold. Like, right there, you can tell. It's very bold, it's very thick fonted, and it is a clear Helvetica kind of text that you can tell is like in a bold font. Like, you can tell this is bold. Whereas on the fake pair, right here, is obviously thinner. You could tell in the first O right there, like, just that it's too big and it's not exactly in the right spot compared to the other letters. Whereas on this one, you could kind of clearly tell that it is all one thick font versus a thinner. Like, you can tell a lot on the 1985 as well. Everything is close together. On this pair, everything is more spaced out. And obviously there is more wear on the real pair, so it does look more faded. But that will come on the fake pair once you wear them as well. So if I had to describe it, the real pair has bolder text that is more spaced out. But overall, I mean, pretty similar. I'm going to show you guys the back heel tabs on both of them right here. These are the backs of both shoes right there. As you can see, there's almost zero difference. I would say that the white part is slightly whiter on the fake pair. Like, it is a very, very white, and then this one is more of like a cream color. I'd say that's actually a decent way to tell if yours are real or not. If the white is too vividly white in like this area, then I would say get it checked out. As far as the exposed foam on top goes, I would probably have to say that the exposed foam on the fake pair is thicker. Like it's a very thick exposed foam. On here, it's a little bit slimmer and a little bit less obvious that it's actually exposed. I'm gonna get both of them in the frame like so. Hopefully you guys can kind of tell the difference. It's gonna be hard to make out on the camera, but there you go. So this is a great way to tell. This might be one of the better ones. The end of the Nike logo does not come off of the shoe at all on the real pair. It's perfectly glued down. It does not move. Whereas on the fake pair, you can see like some obvious give. Like I can actually move it and make it maneuver like this. Like I literally flipped it up right there and I can kind of peel on it. That is one obvious difference. This part is very flimsy as well. I can just pull it down like that. On the real pair, there is a little bit of give, but I would say not really as much. But the more obvious one is this back piece not moving at all on the real pair. As far as the 85 goes, there is a different font on both pairs. This is the 85 on the real pair. It's perfectly centered and it looks pretty even. There's also a stamp. It's gonna be hard to make it out on camera, but I can see it. Right here there's a stamp on the 85 flap of the shoe. You can see on the fake pair that the stamp is just much bolder than on the real pair. Like it's almost a black and it's easy to make out on the camera. The text is also much too bold on this 85 part versus the real pair. Thick stamps on the fake pair with an obvious black mark on some part of the flap, and then like yeah, you can definitely make that out right there. Bright black, and it just looks off. I would say that is one of the easiest ways to tell right there. As far as the Wings logo goes, this is a fake pair, this is the real pair. I would say they pretty much got the Wings logo on point if I were to say for myself. Yeah, I'm going to show you the other side as well. So this is the left shoe of the fake pair. These have the orange laces in them that also have like the text on them is not quite right either. Same deal, too bold. And there's inconsistencies in between all the pairs when it comes to the fake ones. Like all the shoelaces have different fonts. Your fakes might look much different to mine. This is the left pair of the real shoe. These laces, I mean, they are from Slick Wrap, so I don't know if they're exactly real either, but you can kind of tell that the laces are thinner overall. We already knew fakes of these were very good, so I'm not very surprised that these are a hard shoe to tell the fakes of. I'd say the 85 on the inside, as well as the Air and the text on the medial side, are the best way to tell fake from real. So with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It did take a while to make it because this is kind of a hard one to film, as it does involve two pairs of shoes and I have to juggle the whole thing. Real quickly, I'm going to show you the real pair box just for legit checking purposes. So this is the side of the shoe right there. It says Off-White Air Jordan 1 size 10, and other than that, kind of just a regular Nike box. You do have some cracking on the front, which does indicate the plastic that is underneath. As you can tell, it does have like a flipped lid that you can flip up, I believe. Inside, you got that YDM sticker right there with the lines through the D, and then it does come with plastic inside. And I'm going to show you right up to the camera, even though I know for a fact that I already put it somewhere in the video, but this is the Nike receipt for the Off-White UNC. Pretty much like an antique product at this point, which is crazy to think about. There's 2 shoes in this order. The other one is a Rookie of the Year, Jordan 1. The reason why there's 9.5 on the size tag of the receipt is because these are a Nike pair, and then this size 10 in my hand was a size swap for that pair that was also from Nike. So don't be suspicious about that. The insole, you got Nike Air, you got these ridges on the front, and you got this on the back. I'm going to show you the fake insole as well, because I would assume that that is a pretty easy way to tell a fake from a real. Alright, so the real insole is on top, the fake one is on the bottom, and you got the same ridges on the front of the insole right there. They look pretty much the same. But then the back of the insole, which is something that I bet no one really checks, is different on both. This is the real one. It does have like a diagonal pattern. This is the fake one. It's got like a square pattern. So that is an insanely good way to check. If your insoles at the bottom don't look like this, they're likely fake, because insoles are pretty standard across the board. If they do look a certain way, they pretty much always look that certain way. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the video. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all later. Peace.